What if I told you that a forgotten spice smaller than your thumbnail could stir life back into your body and awaken firmness in just 60 seconds regardless of your age, medications, or past disappointments? One bite could begin to restore the very strength you thought was lost forever. I know it sounds unbelievable, but stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change everything. My name is Dr. Mark Keller. I've spent over 3 decades helping men over 60 reclaim what time and the system have quietly stolen from them: their confidence, vitality, circulation, and the ability to feel like a man again, not through expensive prescriptions, not through gimmicks, but by unlocking what your body still remembers when given the right tools. And here's the twist: the solution isn't some new breakthrough or high-tech gadget. It's a spice that's been hiding in plain sight. A spice your ancestors used before intimacy and science now confirms it's more effective than anyone imagined. Ironically, you may have walked past it in your kitchen hundreds of times, never knowing what it could do. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how chewing this spice for just 60 seconds can open up your blood vessels, lower the stress, crushing your testosterone, fight off gum disease that blocks circulation, and help you sleep deeper so your hormones can naturally recover. I'll walk you through it step by step, and I promise that by the end of this guide, you'll know exactly how to use it and what to expect in the first 7, 14, and 30 days. Before we dive into this powerful method, take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any natural health tools I create specifically for men like you. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If you can't type, just enter 0 so I know how to better serve you. Alright, let's get to the core of this discovery, because nothing works unless you understand what makes this tiny spice so powerful. The secret lies in a natural compound hidden inside every clove of garlic, and it's called eugenol. This ingredient is the reason your blood starts flowing, your blood vessels begin to relax, and your body starts to respond. Just like before, maybe even better. Let me explain how it works. One compound, eugenol, is the hidden key that makes it work. I'll never forget the first time a patient looked me in the eye and said, "Doctor, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't talking about abs or running marathons. He was talking about intimacy, confidence, strength, the quiet power a man carries when his body still responds the way it should. That's what led me to explore natural alternatives. And that's when I kept coming back to one powerful compound. Eugenol is found in high concentrations inside cloves. And when you chew 1 or 2 whole cloves, the oils released contain this remarkable compound. But eugenol doesn't just stay in your mouth. It enters your bloodstream through the mucous membranes almost immediately. What it does next is where the magic begins. Eugenol acts as a vasodilator. That means it helps your blood vessels relax and open up, especially those narrow, stubborn vessels that supply your reproductive organs. After 60, those vessels tend to stiffen and lose their flexibility. That's why blood doesn't flow the way it used to. Eugenol works like a natural massage for your arteries, gently opening pathways and allowing blood to move freely again. Not forced, not artificial, just a reawakening of what your body once did with ease. What makes this even more powerful is that eugenol stimulates the production of nitric oxide, the same compound those little blue pills try to mimic. But this isn't chemistry, it's biology. And it happens naturally without side effects, headaches, or crashes. Then many men describe a gentle warmth, a feeling of circulation returning within minutes. It's subtle but powerful. And if that's what just one compound can do, wait until you hear what this spice does to the stress that's been silently killing your testosterone for years. Let's talk about that next. 2 reasons why erections weaken after age 60 and how clove fights back. I've had countless men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come into my office, eyes lowered, voice quiet, saying the same thing. It just doesn't work like it used to, and I always tell them it's not a personal failure. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's biology. As we age, the tiny blood vessels that support erections begin to narrow and stiffen. They lose elasticity. Years of stress, processed food, inflammation, and lack of movement start to take their toll. As a result, blood doesn't flow like it used to, and without that sudden rush of blood, an erection just can't happen. But here's the part most doctors never say: those changes are not permanent. They can be reversed. That's where clove comes in and why it's a powerful ally for older men. Remember the compound we just talked about, eugenol. It doesn't just relax blood vessels, it helps restore flexibility to the inner walls of those vessels. Think of it like clearing out a rusty pipe and making it smooth again. Blood starts to flow more easily, more fully, and to the right places. Some of my patients have told me that after just a few weeks of using this method daily, they woke up with morning erections for the first time in years. Not because of pills, not because of magic, but because their circulation finally had a chance to work again. That's the beauty of this natural method. It doesn't force your body, it simply allows it to return to its original design. But here's the thing, even with perfect blood flow, an invisible force can stop everything before it begins. And chances are it's been quietly working against you for decades. Let's explore that next. 3 ways to do the 60-second clove method step by step. You know that the best solutions are often the simplest. And this one, the method I'm about to share, has helped many of my older patients feel like themselves again. No prescriptions, no awkward doctor visits, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Just one small intentional action you can do right in your kitchen. And the best part, it only takes 1 minute. This is exactly how I tell my patients to do it. Take 2 or 3 whole cloves, not ground powder, whole dried cloves. Organic is best, but any good quality clove will do. Place them between your molars where you chew. Bite down slowly until you feel them crack. And here's the key. Don't rush. Let the oils coat your tongue and mouth. Breathe through your nose. Stay relaxed. For this first 30 seconds, just hold the broken pieces in your mouth. Let your saliva mix with the oils. You might feel a strong warming sensation. It's intense, yes, but that's a good sign. It means the eugenol is being absorbed through the sensitive membranes inside your mouth, going straight into your bloodstream. Then slowly begin to chew. No need to bite hard. Just enough to break the clove down completely. Keep it in your mouth for another 30 seconds to let the oil mix with your saliva. That's it. You can swallow the remains or spit them out. Either is fine. What makes this method so effective is how fast it works. Some men say they feel a difference within minutes. Their minds become clearer. They feel more present, more grounded in their bodies. But chewing clove doesn't just support blood flow and energy. It unlocks something most men over 60 deeply need and may not even realize. Let's talk about that next. 4 best times to use the technique for optimal results. One of the most common questions I get after a man tries the clove method for the first time and feels that unmistakable warmth is, when should I use it to get the best results? And the truth is, timing can make all the difference. Like anything powerful, it's not just about doing it, it's about when you do it. Think of this like tuning an instrument. You want everything in harmony, your hormones, your nervous system, your blood flow. For many of my patients, evening is the golden hour, about an hour before bed, when the day winds down and the mind begins to settle. Chewing clove at that time helps relax the nervous system and prepares your body for better sleep. And it's not just about rest. Deep restorative sleep is when your body produces the most testosterone. That's your foundation. Using it at night sets the stage for the next day, better energy, clearer focus, and yes, stronger morning erections. But don't overlook the morning either. Using this method first thing on an empty stomach helps jumpstart circulation and creates a calm yet alert tone for your day. Some men prefer to use it before a workout or a walk. Others like to use it before intimacy. 30 to 45 minutes ahead for a greater sense of presence, connection, and endurance. The key is to listen to your body. Stay consistent. Daily use builds momentum over time. This isn't a one-time trick. It's a daily investment in your vitality. And if you're wondering how something so simple can lead to such profound changes, then understanding what might be holding your body back in the first place. There's a silent force most men never suspect, and it's been stealing your strength from the inside out. Let's explore the next 5 things. But that's just the beginning. Let's talk about stress. I can't tell you how many good men I've sat across from. Men who eat well, stay active, even follow every piece of advice, and yet they still feel something is off. Their energy is drained. Their desire comes and goes. And when it comes to intimacy, their bodies don't respond the way they used to. That's when I ask them one question. How's your stress? The room usually gets quiet. They sigh. And then I hear the truth. Worries about money, health, marriage, aging. It's a heavy load, and most don't realize how that silent pressure is destroying their masculinity from the inside out. You see, chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone meant to help you in moments of danger, not keep you in a state of arousal all day and night. But in today's world, most men over 60 live in a near constant state of stress. And here's the brutal part. Cortisol and testosterone can't coexist at high levels. When one goes up, the other crashes. That means the more stress you carry, the less testosterone your body produces, and the weaker your sexual response becomes. This is where clove becomes more than just a circulation booster. It actually helps regulate the stress response. The compound beta-caryophyllene found in clove binds to receptors in the brain that signal safety and calm. Within minutes, you may feel a release in your chest, a clarity in your mind, a permission to release pressure that's been building for years. And when cortisol drops, testosterone can finally rise again, naturally, without being forced. You may start to feel more like yourself without even noticing the change at first, but it's real. And there's another powerful benefit that comes from relieving this stress, one that works quietly while you sleep. And it might just be the missing piece in your hormone recovery. Let's talk about that next. Chewing 6 cloves improves sleep and boosts testosterone. If there's one thing I've seen time and again with my older patients, it's this. The moment sleep begins to break down, everything else starts to break down too. You can eat right, exercise, take every supplement in the world. But if your sleep is disrupted, your hormones don't stand a chance. That's because most of your testosterone, your repair, your healing happens at night, specifically during deep, uninterrupted REM sleep. But how many men over 60 truly get that kind of rest anymore? So many tell me they're wide awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, mind racing. Or they fall asleep quickly but wake up multiple times through the night, never feeling fully rested. And then they wonder why their energy is low, why desire feels like a memory, or why they can't perform the way they used to. The answer is often poor sleep quality. That's when clove steps in, not just as a circulatory aid, but as a powerful ally for the nervous system. The compounds in clove, especially eugenol and beta-caryophyllene, don't just relax blood vessels. They also calm the part of the brain that regulates your sleep cycles. When chewed in the evening about an hour before bed, clove helps you enter deeper, more stable sleep. Many men have told me they started dreaming again. They wake up with more clarity, more energy, and more frequent, stronger morning erections. That's no coincidence. That's testosterone working again. So if you're struggling to feel rested or wondering why your desire and drive have faded, start paying attention to how you sleep. Because improving that one area can trigger a wave of healing throughout your entire system. But clove doesn't stop there. What if I told you that even your gums, your oral health, could be silently sabotaging your ability to stay firm? Let's explore that surprising connection next. 7. Gum disease can destroy your ability to get an erection. Clove helps fix that too. It might sound strange at first, but I've seen it too many times to ignore. A man walks into my office complaining of low energy, weak erections, and no clear reason why. His blood pressure looks fine, his labs are decent. But then, I ask one simple question: how's your oral health? And that's when the truth comes out. Bleeding gums, receding gum lines, bad breath that won't go away. Most men never imagine that what's happening in their mouth could affect what's happening in their bedroom. But science has made it clear it's all connected. Your mouth is the gateway to your circulatory system. When you have gum disease, whether you notice it or not, bacteria from your mouth enter your bloodstream. They travel through your body, creating silent inflammation, damage the blood vessels responsible for erections. It's like trying to run water through a pipe filled with sludge. There might be pressure, but nothing flows cleanly. Studies have even shown that men with advanced gum disease are up to 70% more likely to experience erectile dysfunction. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. This is exactly where clove becomes something more than just a helpful spice. It becomes a daily antidote. Clove oil is one of nature's strongest natural disinfectants. When you chew whole cloves, those antibacterial agents go to work immediately. They begin neutralizing harmful bacteria in your mouth before it can enter your bloodstream. It's fast, effective, and sometimes you can feel it working with just one chew. This is one of the simplest yet most overlooked steps in restoring full body health. And when your mouth is clean, your blood flows cleaner too. But now that your blood vessels are opening, your hormones are rising and your systems are running more smoothly. What should you expect next? Let me guide you through what happens this week. Week 1. When you commit to this powerful habit, 8 things to expect in 7, 14, and 30 days. One of the most encouraging parts of working with older men is watching their expressions change over time. I'll never forget one man in his late 60s. He came to see me tired, skeptical, and ashamed of what he felt he had lost. We started the clove method together, and I asked him to stick with it for 1 month. After 1 week, he called and said, "Doctor, something's happening. I feel more awake in the mornings. That's just the beginning." In the first 7 days, most men notice subtle changes, a warm sensation in the body, clearer thinking, slightly deeper sleep, and a bit more motivation to move or take a walk. It's not dramatic, but it's there, and it's a sign your body is starting to respond. By day 14, things usually get better. Energy increases. Mornings feel different, more alert. Sometimes the return of something you haven't felt in years, a natural morning erection. It's not magic. It's blood flow returning and testosterone starting to rise. By day 30, many men tell me they feel like a different person. Not only have their erections returned more consistent and stronger, but their confidence shifts too. They carry themselves differently. Their wives or partners notice. Even if intimacy hasn't fully returned, the connection, the emotional presence starts to rebuild. And that's the real goal. To feel like yourself again. To live in a body that feels alive, not stagnant or shut down. But remember, this is only the beginning. Because once you unlock this power, the real question is, how do you hold on to it and protect it for years to come? In our final message, let's talk about how to turn this simple habit into a lasting foundation for lifelong vitality. The strength you've been waiting to feel again. I've spent over 30 years sitting with men just like you. Men quietly carrying the burden of fading energy, lost confidence, and the fear that their best days might be behind them. But I promise you they're not. This simple habit, chewing a few cloves for 60 seconds, can do more than just improve blood flow. It calms your nerves, restores deep sleep, regenerates testosterone, and even cleans your mouth to protect your heart and your manhood. I've seen it awaken circulation, restore desire, and most importantly, bring men back to themselves. If you've made it this far, your body has been asking for change. And now you know what to do. The choice is yours. Keep hoping for a miracle or start building one with your own 2 hands. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Start tonight and let your strength return day by day. As we come to the end of this journey, I hope you're leaving with more than just information. I hope you're carrying a renewed sense of possibility. Even the smallest daily habits like chewing a simple clove can begin to restore balance, strength, and peace in ways that matter most. Aging doesn't mean fading. It means learning how to live with deeper wisdom and care. You still have time, strength, and purpose within you. Your body is listening. And every gentle choice you make today brings you closer to the life you deserve. This is what senior wellness is all about: honoring our bodies, nourishing our spirits, and embracing senior living with grace and courage. If you're still here and these words resonate, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're walking this path with us. If this video made you smile or feel understood, we'd love to hear your thoughts. You're welcome to like, subscribe, or share it with someone special.